Are you making good transfer decisions? This week for Game Week 9, we're going to have a look for you at some of the top players being transferred in and transferred out. We're going to analyse for you and see whether we think they are a good decision to take out or put in, or a bad one. Stay tuned. On the screen below, you will see a list of all the players that have been heavily transferred in or transferred out for Game Week 9. Some of these players that have been transferred out include the likes of Ronaldo, Rudiger, Alonso. Players coming in include Vardy, Chilwell and Salah. We will have a look at some of these players that you're considering bringing in or taking out for your Game Week 9 transfers. We're going to have a look at a few of these and see whether they're good decisions or perhaps they're not good decisions. Before we go any further, just a quick question, guys. Something really fascinating I found out. Maybe you don't find it as interesting. But which FPL asset do you think has been transferred more times this season than any other player? That includes transfers out, transfers in. Tell you at the end of the video. Bernardo Silva, people transferring him in. He's still very lowly owned, 3.5%. He started the last 7 games. He only cost 7 million. So for a starting midfielder playing for Manchester City, that's really attractive. I can see why people are bringing him in. His expected goal involvement, not too bad, 0.55. That's reasonable for the price you're asking for a Manchester City midfielder. He's got 2 goals this season, and those fixtures don't look too bad, do they? They got away at Brighton, that's quite a hard one. Then they got the home Palace one, that looks really inviting. Then it gets a bit tougher. When it gets to around about game week 11, 12, then they really have some nice fixtures to look forward to. At the moment, though, analysing him, 1.38 shots per 90 minutes, that's nothing special. I'd like someone to get more further forward than that. Gundogan coming back, he came off the bench against Club Brugge, so he expecting to get more times. KDB, Foden, Grealish not played, he'll be coming back in. Mahrez now starting, Jesus rested the last 2 games. How much game time can we rely on Bernardo Silva getting? Those fixtures on the screen, as you can see, look at those, wow, they're brilliant. If I was bringing him, I'm just unsure about those minutes. I hate to play pep roulette. I don't want to really see him on the bench wondering about it. But Bernardo Silva, if he plays, yes, for me at the moment, until those fixtures turn, perhaps not right now for me. There's better options. I'd much rather pay $1 million, 0.9 to go to a Foden, to go to a Grealish. And it's all those players coming back. Something's got to give. I'm just not convinced Bernardo Silva is going to keep his place in the side. Antonio Rudiger, again, people transferring him out quite heavily. Look at those fixtures first of all. Wow, they look brilliant for clean sheet potential. Even last night, he would have picked up an assist. Probably feel unlucky he didn't score if he wasn't brought down. He has played every minute of every game for Chelsea up until the last game when he was out. We know now from the Malmo game he's back and he's fit. Chelsea conceded 3 goals all season. The potential for clean sheets is all there to see. He should be fit. Only Pulisic's mission was the last thing we had. We now know that's updated. I can see why people are shifting him on. 5.8, a slightly cheaper option in Chilwell, who's just smashing everything out of the park. Reece James as well at 5.5. I just feel that unless you have got no other transfer to make, unless you've got a transfer to burn and you're literally in that luxury position where your side's perfect and you want to move Rudiger out and bring a Chilwell or James in, I can understand that. I can see the logic in it. They've got much better attacking returns. Though I would question whether they're going to be playing as often. Chilwell was brought off early, so perhaps he will get the game at the weekend. But Alonso's been in great form this season. Surely he's going to be sharing time with Chilwell. Reece James on that right-hand side. Azpilicueta playing so well as well. You just wonder, does James definitely come back in? I would think I would prefer James over Chilwell. But Rudiger, I don't see the need to get rid of him at the moment. He's got great fixtures. I've got other things to do on my side. For me, I'm not looking to lose him. He is still nailed on as he can be in that Chelsea defence. If anything, last week, him being out just gives him an involuntary rest and means he's got a longer sustained period in the side now, hopefully. But for me, Rudiger's a keep. Unless you've got nothing else to transfer in or out, then yes, I can understand it. But for the minutes, Rudiger's still nailed on. I think you should be keeping him. Now for the big one, Cristiano Ronaldo being transferred out. Most transferred out player this week so far. That might change with Lukaku news. His fixtures look really hard. Liverpool, I mean, they've got Manchester City, they've got Chelsea in there. In amongst it all, yes, they've got a nice game against Watford. But the next 3 really tough games. He hasn't scored in the last 3 Premier League games. We know he scored last night against Atalanta. He didn't even start against Everton. So does that tell us he's not going to start in the future? Don't know, but it does tell us also Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not afraid to drop him. He's owned by 40%, so he's very highly owned. And look at that price, 12.5 million. He is the second most expensive player in the game behind Mo Salah. First two games, absolutely brilliant. 14 shots, 13 inside the box, really on fire. We know he got a brace in that first game, then away at West Ham. This season, his XG is still good. It's still good, 0.9 per 90 minutes. That's brilliant. Last 3 games, though, just seems to have dropped off a little bit. 2.5 shots per game, 8 shots, 4 inside the box. The chances seem to be drawing up a little bit for him. Is that a result of the opposition they're playing? Is it a result of form? The amount of games he's playing? Don't know. I can see why people are losing him and getting rid of him. Now Lukaku's out injured, it seems less obvious to jump from him to Lukaku. But do I think for that amount of money I could perhaps outscore him by moving the money elsewhere on my side? Yeah, I do. For me, I agree. I think Ronaldo has to be lost. We know how explosive he can be. We know that he could absolutely destroy and score 3 against Liverpool. He has that ability. He's one of the greatest players that has ever played the game. But you know what, Fantasy League? It is a game of just giving yourself the best possible chance. Do I think there's more chance that the likes of Ronaldo will outscore Vardy? Someone like that in the next 3 or 4 games? I think Vardy possibly will have a better chance in my opinion, and also gives me money to increase and improve the squad elsewhere. So I get it. It's chancy. It's risky. I don't like not having Ronaldo. I'm sat behind the sofa every time he plays, knowing how high his ownership is, but he costs a lot. I think that money could be used better elsewhere. Remember that question I asked you at the start? Which FPL asset has been transferred more times this season than any other play? You might have thought, and my thoughts would have been, it's got to be Ronaldo when he came in during the transfer window. You'd be wrong. It was Antonio. He has been transferred in or out by 6.5 million people. So I think maybe because of the suspension, the red card, people brought him in before that, got rid of him because he was suspended. Maybe brought him back in again after that. But in 8 weeks, that means that 77% of all fantasy managers have perhaps owned him or transferred him at one time. That is phenomenal. Blows your mind. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed that little factor. If you're a Lukaku owner, go and check out our video on the Lukaku options. Links above. Please, guys, subscribe if you want all new content, everything to do with FPL. We look at team selections, watch players, preview of the next game week will be coming up as soon as the new game week starts. In the meantime, good luck for the weekend. Hope everything pans out. Let me know any comments below. Speak to you soon.